Hello and welcome to Indie Cigar Review. Today I am reviewing a Tatiana La Vita Cinnamon. I reviewed one of these previously, but I'm going to be doing it again for two reasons. One, I am almost positive my humidor with the extensive amount of flavors in it from all the flavored cigars had contaminated this cigar, because it tasted like the rest of my cigars. And given this is a cinnamon cigar, I've only ever had the one type of these. I can't imagine they're supposed to taste like coffee and chocolate, which is what most of my other humidors or my other cigars in my humidor are supposed to taste like. Beyond that, I had just started it. It was my very first review. It was very short, not very informative whatsoever, and just in general, not very good quality, both in terms of video, audio, and knowledge. So yes, this is the Tatiana La Vita size cinnamon. Darker, to be honest, like most akin the wrapper to an actual cinnamon because of the texture of it, the toothy quality of it, very rough. The color is again almost like a cinnamon color. Not so much on video, probably thinking what kind of cinnamon do I eat, but in person it looks like cinnamon, I swear. So, let's get started. This is a mild torpedo. Not exactly torpedo, but it's mildly torpedo shaped, so clip the end a bit. And I'm using a single flame torch lighter for this because the ring gauge is quite small, and I believe I will destroy the burn if I use my normal Bugatti double torch or dual torch lighter, which I tend to use for all of my cigar smoking purposes, but for this one case I think this would be a smarter alternative. Now what I'm hoping for is this actually has a distinct cinnamon flavor to it. To be honest, the actual cigar itself smells kind of like how Big Red Gum smells. And that probably doesn't sound very appealing to you. Doesn't sound very appealing to me either, but let's smoke it and see if it is appealing. Alright, front of the palate is as I said in the other review, a cinnamon. It does not taste how the cigar smells, which is like a gum. It is akin to a very dry, almost tart cinnamon. I don't believe the tip is sweetened. If it is, I really can't taste it, so it means it's very, very mild, which I approve of. Burn, already pretty quickly going along. Minor inconsistencies to it, but it could also be because I lit it in the wrong way. It's possible. Decent quantities of smoke. Draw is very, very loose. Don't need to puff on this at all. So I will come back with you at the first third with any updates. Alright. Down to the first third. It is a very, very light cigar. The flavors are there, but you definitely have to really try to notice them. Mostly there's just that cinnamony sweetness to it, very dry cinnamon. Almost like a mint taste in the back of the palate though. Really, really nice. I suppose you call it the finish, but yeah, same thing I guess. But yeah, good cigar. The other one I had been sitting in my humidor for 3 or 4 weeks or so. This is actually just got here. So this not had an option to be contaminated in my other humidor or anything else. I'm actually in the process of seasoning a new one purely for these cigars because they seem to attract the flavors of other cigars really, really easily. and they're just fine by themselves. Burn is virtually razor sharp, only some minor little waving there, but mostly all very razor sharp. Ash is holding on nicely so far, but no, my luck's probably going to drop on my chest any second now because I just said that. But yes, no real changes, nothing really to report on, but still very consistent, very good smoke. Just a very quick update. Right after I said that, I thought to myself, well, that's probably a good point. I should ash it. So I reached over, grabbed my ashtray, and right as it was about to drop in my ashtray, it dropped on my pants and pretty much exploded because I guess the ash isn't very solid. So it should be noted to ash on a pretty constant basis. It does not hold on for very long. Looks nice, looks stable, it is deceiving. So I will come back at probably the halfway point, which will be pretty soon, because this is actually a very fast burner. Alright, down to the halfway point. Still same dry cinnamon, that minor sweetness. Burn still very nice. Ash actually burns perfect currently. Might go a little wobbly again, but currently it's perfect. Ash is still this nice white, looks very solid. Again, deceptive, but I will just keep on ashing constantly to make sure. No burn issues, no flavor issues, no variations. Very simple cigar, but the flavors are good, so I don't really mind so much. It should be noted that it gets very squishy very easily. I do not smoke fast, but this is getting hot already, so it's recommended to smoke very slow. Even if you're a slow smoker, smoke a little bit slower. But yes, I will come back to you a little bit beyond the band point. Alright, so we are just beyond the band point. Smoke is starting to get very hot. As always, I will nub this for the purposes of the review. But with that much left, not a lot, not a little, but already getting very hot and bitter despite me smoking increasingly slower and slower. Burn is still very close to being perfect. It was perfect, now it's just very close. Ash still does not hold on very long. It's dropped on my lap twice now. I've started ashing it every quarter of an inch because at a half inch it drops off. Was a whole, now it's a half, probably get worse as it goes along. Flavors are becoming very washed out. But again, for the purpose of the review, purely and for the purpose of the review, I will smoke this down to the nub. A fact I'm not looking forward to, and I'll probably come back with a very horrid look on my face because it's already starting to taste very bad. So yes, I will see you at the nub. Alright, I think that horrible look and that odd sound effect probably expressed to you how bad this tastes. So, yes, down to the very nub, as always. Burn, as you can see, just ashed it before I opened this up again, is pretty much flawless. It went back to being perfect. So, in terms of construction, the construction was very nice. Burn remained almost perfect the entire time. Ash, while being very pretty, did not hold on very well. Flavors maintained all the way down to a little bit past the band point, then they became very washed out and very hot. After that point, they never improved, only gotten worse. If you see my face look quite red, it is not a camera trick. I feel quite queasy. Plus that, the cigar, the way it smokes, goes directly into your nose, so you're then inhaling the smoke through your nose, as well as into your eyes, and it tastes horrible. Definitely enjoy the cigar, but I will never nub it of my own accord. So, In terms of overall performance, except for a little bit past that band point, it gets a tobacco-infused smile from me. Cheese. Other than that, um, beyond the band point, it gets, I don't know, something very, very negative. Suppose I can act like a little kid and do this face. But, yes, I guess it's a frowny face. I feel like I'm a teacher grading a kindergarten's paper, but hey. Oh well, it works. So yes, that was the Tatiana La Vita Cinnamon. Good cigar, great performance, just after the band point, really don't recommend you smoke it. So this has been Indie Cigar Review, excuse me. The reason why it says reviews on the channel itself is from a typo that I now cannot fix because YouTube has a policy to, as soon as you like change your channel name or give it an actual name itself, that it is permanent. So, Indie Cigar Review signing off. Thank you so much for your time. As always, if you like the video, hit like. If not, it is entirely up to you. Either way, thank you so much for your time. I sincerely hope you have a great day, morning, noon, or night. Whatever you are doing, I hope you are having a wonderful time doing it. Thank you so much.